Well, apparently Trump's economy team is studying alternative strategies to labeling China as a currency manipulator. Now, this is important to note, in my opinion, because what we have here, as you can see by the charts, today, the dollar taking a huge dump. Just completely falling off the charts, nosediving straight down. This is the biggest decline we've seen in some time in terms of the value of the dollar. And this is coming on the heels of them trying so feverishly to try to label China as a currency manipulator. You guys may recall Trump, during his campaign, was talking a lot about unfair trade and going after the countries out there that are responsible and behind that. One of the biggest that he has his target on is China. Now, when you start targeting currency and money here globally, these are things that have led to big war in the past. Gaddafi simply stated he was going to create a gold standard for all of Africa, the dinar. It wasn't no time that Obama started dropping bombs on Libya and they killed him in the streets. After he made that announcement that they were seeking a gold standard for all of Africa, that would have demolished the dollar and everything the Rothschild banking cartels have set up across the globe. All this work they've put in. See, they didn't want that. But now China, with their own currency over here, that, interestingly enough, here this past September, it was put into the IMF basket. So it is now in that IMF global currency basket, along with the other currencies that were already in there. So it shows it does have some pull and some sway. How far is the Trump administration willing to take this? We'll see. It could come down to more trade disputes. It could come down to the rejecting of their currency in terms of buying things and saying to other countries, allies, that you have got to use U.S. dollars for your transactions. You see, because if not, it all starts to go in the other direction. If they allow that to happen, the dollar will continue to plummet. And with a lot of things around the globe hinging on the U.S. dollar, I think everybody knows the day you see that U.S. dollar fall, that's when many other currencies and countries are going to begin to fall as well. But as I've stated before, this whole thing is rigged. When they're printing the money, they take the gold value away from backing your currency. They can continue to print as much as they want and do whatever they want. Talked about DB Bank manipulating the precious metals, silver, gold, platinum, palladium. If you can do that and get away with it, you can control almost anything here in the markets. And they did just that. They just got a smack on the wrist and they were allowed to keep on pushing. So if they can control and fluctuate and price gouge and make all this money off the top and get caught doing it along the way and continue to keep on trucking, what do you think is going to happen here, folks? They're going to continue pushing this thing until they drive it off the cliff. But they're going to be prepared at that point. It's in my opinion that you will not start to see this global collapse until they are ready to try to usher all these countries into one global currency, which is in the end their goal. You remember it. And you can't have it as long as you have other strong currencies standing up. They literally would all have to fall like dominoes to quickly insert this new global currency, in my opinion. And it looks like that's what they've been working very hard to do. But nonetheless, these are the moves that the Trump administration has been making in terms of China, labeling the country as a currency manipulator. I'm sure they're not going to like that too well, but that's where it sits. And you can see here by the charts, the latest dip on the dollar. There's more information here at this link. I'll leave it in the description box below. Make sure you're following me on Twitter for the latest updates. It's been Dabu7. Peace.